It doesn't count unless it gets hard. If you take the easy way out all the bloody time, you'll never get ahead and never do good things. You must do tough things in your life in order to succeed, in order to do more. With anxiety and depression, this is a super hard thing to do, and it's always something that might be hard for me, might be very easy for you, and vice versa. So, okay, I say this a lot, do the hard things, and I was asked to do a video based on this. And you have to do tough stuff in your life. You know, you have to be able to do things that will challenge you and do things that will face you. Like I got this thing, I climb on my wrist, and one of the parts of the credo is to challenge myself to do tough things every single day. And that may be just simply getting out of bed for some of you, or it might simply just be, okay, I'm going to get up and I'm going to make breakfast instead of going to Dunkin'. Like, I haven't eaten any fast food in a long, I can't really think, I think like 2 months now. But it's simply hard for me to be able to make food instead of, for breakfast, instead of just getting up, getting a shower, getting clothes on, and getting out the door, and I'll just get a egg sandwich somewhere later. That's the hard thing for me right now because I'm focusing on eating clean, eating good food that's homemade and, as organic or as clean as possible. That's what I'm really struggling with. That's the hard thing right now. Because when you have anxiety, depression, or when you have whatever else you have here, some of those things can seem extremely tough. But what do you do? How do you do that? How do you do tough things when every day something might seem a little hard? Well, hey, I'm Nick Tabor, I'm the personal trainer, and I have a few things that you can do for you. So when you want to do hard things, you want to picture that thing that is hard. Maybe it's like, oh my God, think about that thing for you specifically, because this world is only a little bit bigger than you think, but in reality, it's a little smaller. It's about my godfather used to say, we see the world through a few feet through by like a 6 inch by 1 foot cross, and it's like the circumference of a head or something, so we see that, and it's just a 6 inch by 8 inch cross, I think is what he said. So you have to consider your own personality, and you have to consider your own view. And if it's tough to do that day, okay, let's break it down. Like, let's say this is a fitness channel, so let's talk about, you got to decide to lose weight, go to a gym and get things. And what are you going to do? Okay, you're going to break the step number one. You got to take that big goal that you want to do. Okay, I want to lose weight when I was 305 pounds, and I wanted to go down to 205. I wanted to go down to less than 200. It was 190 was my original goal. So I had to lose a total of 115 pounds once I decided what I'm going to do. But okay, you can't just go out and do it. Okay, just go out and get a gym. It's like, what do I do? How do I do this? Oh my God, I got to do that. And you're scared. Step number one, you break that goal down. Take that big goal, break it down into several steps, and man, it's the best. It's the best thing that you could ever possibly do. You find that and you just list it out. You do as many steps as you possibly can. Even if it's okay, you get a pair of gym clothes. You get something. You get gym clothes. You get a gym membership. Okay, you go to that gym and you get there and you go to that gym. Okay, now I'm here. You pick a machine. You do that just so step by step by step, because that big bulbous thing that you want to do, that's like Atlas Shrug on your shoulders. Oh God, I gotta get this thing done. I've got to do this. Oh my God. That big thing that you do, once you break it down and shatter it, you can pick it up piece by piece. There was this comic book that I read, and it was really cool, and my mother-in-law gave it to me years and years ago. It was fun. It was, this different Buddhist stories, and it usually involved a couple of monks, and each page about 6 to 12 panels. and one of them was really cool. It was two monks walking, and one monk has a giant ceramic egg, can barely carry it down the stairs. And he goes, oh, God. And one monk says, says the others, what are you doing with that egg? He says, well, I'm going to go take it to the trash, and, it's useless. It's an eyesore. And the monk says, okay. Pushes the egg right out of the monk's hands, shatters into a bunch of pieces. Says, well, now you can handle your big issue piece by piece. And it's a silly little thing, but it's like, if you're trying to carry this big, big thing, break it down and handle it bit by bit. So you have that step number 2 is you list those things that you do and you stretch it all the way out. There's a lot of great action task apps that you can do where you take that app, and you just put the list of things and you sort it day by day by day. And you do a few things a day and you knock it off and you just knock those things down. So one of the hardest things people can do is go and work out. But when you do it wrong, you try to do too many things, so you mark it down. You do one day you do chest and shoulders, then the next day you do your arms, then your abs and your back, and then your cardio, and then your legs. Break it out, break it down. So it's like, okay, it becomes, okay, I got a few things to do today, I got a few things to do today. Like, what if you're planning a really big trip that you want to do? You gotta get plane tickets, you maybe gotta get new clothes, you gotta choose hotel rooms, you've gotta make sure you have money for it, raise the money, break it out fully, right? So the third thing that you wanna do as you're tackling that day by day, you wanna chip it away at it, get a journal, okay? When you have that hard task that you do, and you've done it now already, you've broken down the goals, you've broken it down and met several actionable steps, and you take that list and you break it down every day. The journal itself, you take a journal at night, and there's a couple of good things you can do, like a live journal, or, it shows my age, right? You take that live journal and you just write down things. You take a simple notebook or something, write it down every single day. What you're doing. Okay, you have a few things. Okay, yeah, I did that, and reflect on it. Months later, or however long it takes, a few weeks later, you go, oh, wow, I actually did it. Because when you have anxiety, when you have that, you did that really tough thing, it's tough to remember how many steps it took to get there, and you're like, wow, you did that big thing. That's what you got to do, So that's how one of the ways you can do the hard things. And you can do things that's tough. I hope this helps you, because that's the one way I can do it. All right, we got a lot of great videos on this channel. I got another video right here for you. I'd like to go ahead and check out. Why don't you go ahead and do that right now? As always, climb.